And is he full? I think he actually might be full of infantry. Oh, and he just loses the rotor. Engine is out, and now you have infantry just spilling out of that loach. And the BRDM is going to come mop it up and say thank you very much. The little bird is going to have a nice little freebie here. BRDM tearing up some infantry, and now the BTR-82 also just kind of dumping some high explosive in. BRDM should just kill this easy, and there it goes. Not quite the start you wanted from your helicopter scout crew. Hey guys, MoiDawg here, and today we've got another episode of Eye in the Sky where we take a look at a game of squad from the top down. In this one, we have the Western PMCs up against the Russian ground forces. This is the WPMC's Merc Water Air Wing against the Russian 3rd Motor Rifle Brigade. This is probably one of the toughest matchups for the Western PMCs since they are quick moving, they are lightly armored. This one you do have an M60T, and you do have that attack helicopter variant of the Little Bird, but it's really tough to deal with fast-moving vehicles like the BTRs, like the BRDMs. They get a T90, the Russians. This is a tough matchup for them. So, as you saw in the intro, Western PMCs, I don't know about your games, but in the games that I've seen, the games that I've played, it seems like Western PMCs can be a bit of a ticket pinata when it comes to the vehicles, so I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll just say this is a fantastic game. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. You're gonna like it. If you like the video, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and drop me a comment below with a map, game mode, or faction that you'd like to see next time. And real quick, I know I usually wrap it up here, but I do want to say thank you guys so much for liking the content recently. If you missed it, I have actually just had major knee surgery, and I am not able to walk for 2 months. I can't put any weight on my knee for 2 months, and then I have 12 months of rehab. So just this week, I have a little less pain where I'm actually able to sit at my PC for a little bit and do a little bit of video editing, but not too much. So videos are resuming this week, but I'm not going to have as many as I would usually do. I still probably need about another week or two before I can get back to my normal schedule. So I apologize if the videos are a little infrequent right now, but we'll be back to 100% soon. Just got to let my knee rest. So thank you guys again. Enjoy the video. Peace. All right, Eye in the Sky, and this is Narva RAS V1 with the Western PMCs up against who, US? No, Russian ground forces. Awesome. This should be a lot of fun since we've got the Merc Water Air Wing. So we do have that new Loach or Little Bird attack helicopter up against some good, quick moving, aggressive IFVs with Russia. So I actually haven't seen Western PMCs up against Russia too often. I've seen a lot of them against the Blue Force. So this should be a good matchup. The Merc Water Air Wing, it's got that mobile spawn vehicle, that black M113A3. It's got a couple wheeled Logis, a transport on delay, 50 cal techie, and a minigun techie, 2 of the 50 cal Humvees, 2 of those convoy protection vehicles, I believe? No, that's convoy protection vehicles are the SUVs. The Guardian, maybe? I'm blanking on the name of the actual one, but the M1117 is like an upgraded TAP V. You have a couple transports, or 4 transport SUVs, a minigun SUV, M60T on a 16-minute delay, 2 Raven transports, 1 Little Bird scout helicopter, and then a close air support Little Bird on a 2-minute delay, 15 seconds. So let's do this quick. A couple Logis for Russia, a couple transports, 2 BRDMs, 3 BTR-82As, 1 BTR-80, and then a T-90A and an Mi-8 helicopter. I think the T-90 is on a 15-minute timer as well. From left to right, left with the Western PMCs, Abandoned Airfield into Shanty Marina, Council Towers, Central Narva, Bridgeview Apartments, Narva Station, and Kirikou with the Russians over on the Eastern Main. Just in time, let's do it.
I saw you drop the halves like slightly.
Been a lot of comms for the Western PMC, so I should get a, I don't know if they'll be coordinated, but they'll at least be talking about what they're doing. And they are leaving a lot of vehicles back. 1 big boy Logi has been forgotten about. They are choosing to not kind of all group up and do that first spawn or first objective rush with that new meta. The more people you have on the caps at the beginning will actually speed it up immensely. You can capture 1 point in 35 seconds if you have 27 players on it, and that looks like what Russia is going to be doing. So a nice little convoy to the first objective, to Kirikou, and looks like we might get some fights in the main road. Squad 6 with the SUV, Swiggy going up here, and you got a main road convoy going right around the roundabout here for a second. BRDM, you can see him just peeking over on the castle ruins as we have, ooh, Loach. Oh, this is going to be dangerous.
It's been a long time since
I'm not quite, is he actually slammed into the roof of that?
I get PMCs for you as well.
And is he full? I think he actually might be full of infantry. Oh, and he just loses the rotor. Engine is out, and now you have infantry just spilling out of that Loach. And the BRDM is going to come mop it up and say thank you very much. Little Bird is going to have a nice little freebie here. BRDM tearing up some infantry, and now the BTR-82 also just kind of dumping some high explosive in. BRDM should just kill this easy, and there it goes. Not quite the start you wanted from your helicopter scout crew.
Why would you drop a radio and then run away from it and guide a BTR? It's so bad. It's gonna block us so bad.
Uh-oh. Speaking of the BTR actually pushed across the bridge, and he finds him on the airfield. BTR-82. This is what happens when you don't have a big old blob of infantry and vehicles going in now. Oh, the Little Bird comes in with a rocket barrage, trying to come in with that close air support to save the infantry down on the airfield.
I'm honestly kind of enjoying seeing DMC get shit on for being a bad pick for once.
And Command is saying it's a bad pick, and they're happy to see themselves get dumped on, which is kind of a toxic response. I mean, honestly, this could have easily been countered if
rolled all the way, or the BRDM, whatever the fuck it was, rolled all the way up to the airfield.
it could have actually been prevented if the entire team stuck together. Kind of like how Russia has stuck together for these objectives. You can see the vehicles are all next to those first couple points. The infantry are all capping them. So, I mean, you can blame the faction all you want, but if you're letting one squad back cap in now a meta where it's a little stronger to back cap as a team, then, well, that's your problem.
In case this type of shit happens.
Squad 4, can you let us have this Vic so we can
Command
stay back
already
up?
getting toxic. You'll love to see it. 198 tickets to 264.
This is an MSV, just so
And I think they did drop the radio. So radio was actually
let's just back cap.
dropped with no build or ammo. That Logi got dumpstered by this BTR-82.
Risky back cap when just ping.
So 2 helicopters lost already for the Western PMCs. BTR-82 is kind of doing their own thing.
Where the fuck is our team at? We have a radio that's just cooking the entire side of the map, but it's fine. Lesson learned. Don't pick this faction.
I
Rushed in the middle and died. That's funny as fuck.
I'm actually surprised. So I don't think the Western PMCs are going to win. Not because they can't win, but because the command is so determined that they're losing because of the faction pick and not their own poor decisions, that it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Black Humvee goes right into the middle of the road and is going to get dunked on by a BRDM. Never mind, that's a hat kit. No, it's a lat kit. BRDM just chooses S being one-manned, I think. Is going to be engine here in a second. Good shot into the engine. If he actually swaps back to the 50 cal, he can kill it. And he's electing to stick out on foot because this AT for Western PMC, they actually have 2 laws. And he might be dancing around the high explosives. Is he going to send it through? Oh, he sends it through. I don't know why he just didn't wait for it. So instead of just waiting for the smoke to clear, the smoke is now gone. And hold on a second. Little Bird now chasing him down. Little Bird fires a couple rockets to scare the BRDM, or scare the BTR away, and he's got to be very careful. As a lightly skinned helicopter, looks like he got tagged by either some heavy machine gun or maybe a little bit of high explosive. But this is very poor play from the Western PMCs as comms have kind of ground to a halt. Narva Station is secured. Bridgeview Apartments is just about done. And as a result, look at how much infantry Russia has. This is how you play squad, guys. The Western PMCs, you know, we're a couple weeks out of the update. You know, maybe not everyone is rushing to play the Western PMCs, or if they are, they're just assuming it's going to be fun with all the toys and whatnot. You still have to play squad, and Shanty Marina, see the capture zone here and all the outline infantry, they finally decided to group up. For the second cap, they will see Council Towers, which you can see in this cube ahead here. BTR 82 is, oh, they're just going to tear into the infantry, aren't they? Lil Mao, GTX 99. This is just free for him. Takes an AT, but only does just a handful of damage, hitting that stronger frontal armor. And 50 cal from that M1117. It can get him.
Maybe.
Need to be careful. You don't want to show the rear of that BTR 82, and there it goes. Oh no! Little Bird was coming in for some close air support, and they only have 6 or 7 of those dumbfire rockets, so does a little bit of damage, but oh, AT now injures him. Crewmen, they have to dismount. They might roll down the hill and then choose to dismount, put the fire out. Nope, they're going to try to get the fire out just here. And you can hear another oh, not in time. Crew, I don't know what they were doing.
BTR is down.
Crew SL had dismounted, just had his AK in his hands. But a good collective team kill from both the infantry and that close air support. Second BTR 82 is going to start falling on back, and so 216 tickets to 291. Central Narva is secure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives capped by Russia, and Council Towers is maybe halfway. Ooh, and what just exploded there? Spite Lord.
Didn't use that radio.
Actually, don't know how that even exploded. Wasn't a team kill. Oh, Jokey. Actually, from way downtown, from the top. Jokey with a hell of a shot on that M1117. And just great vision to get to this apartment complex, and then look out where the fighting was. But good hat kill, and the vehicles are coming back to haunt the Western PMCs right now. Transport rolling up into Old Hospital. It isn't a point, but it is right across the Council Towers, and the pressure is going to start building for the Western PMCs. They seem a little bit out of place right now. Kind of just look at the map before we zoom into this infantry fighting. So
Still trying to hit me with RPGs out of church.
Good infantry squad moving in, and the Shanty Marina straight ahead of us. Top of your screen, that half sphere is this Russian squad's objective. Neurotic Bulldog, Colonel Hacker, the Nakata BG. Those are the Western PMC infantry in the way. But I don't think they even realize this squad is here. As another, I hear BRDM. Oh, and there he goes.
Well, you said right about the average amount of a cast, so well done.
Well, that was a transport helicopter. Actually, the Raven transport helicopter at respawned. A helicopter pilot had done at least 1 or 2 Logi runs to the Western PMC Habs, and now is also shot down again. So it's not necessarily that this is a bad matchup for the Western PMC, although this is probably one of the more difficult matchups for them. This quick-moving IFV unit is going to be very difficult to deal with. But Western PMCs are kind of scattered right now. I was mentioning before that just because they're talking on command chat doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be organized. But usually, if you're talking on command chat, that's good. And it doesn't look like it's quite working out for Western PMC right now. They do get a couple good infantry picks.
I have a Logi coming back. Supplies.
Exhausted Ghost, the Spaceman, Green Stickman, they're all starting to push out. And this is going to be an actual big problem for the Western PMCs. You can see a rally hits might actually squash it here. This red hourglass in the building is a rally for the, which squad is it? Squad 7 that's pushing out. They have a really good infantry line. You see this front line developing. It's an M14 fired by Cryer on the south side of this building, but Squad 7 for the Russians. Green Stickman trying to take a peek since he heard that rifle fire. The Russians are just doing really well right now, seem grouped up very well. AT just misses, and that was Johan on the roof up here. You can see the smoke of the back blast. I'm a Flying Turkey, Slim Thady. Guardian rolling through Narva.
Oh no, that's point, not going up.
And choosing to loop back around. They don't want to get stuck into enemy-controlled territory without much infantry support. Probably one of the better decisions, Western PMC. And hold on a second, Soggy T. He's just hovering. Very brave helicopter pilot right now. Choosing to slowly go and... Oh my goodness, he's going to hit the... Oh no, Soggy T!
We've lost like 4 helis already, right?
Yeah, I called 8 at the beginning, so we're doing pretty good so far.
Western PMCs, they must have been the budget private military contractors, because these don't seem like they're quite trained enough to deal with the Russians. Thrill House and Apple Senpai now out on the east side, and this is, well, they are working towards it. So we have a Western PMC have on the marketplace here on the north side. You see Sergeant Metal hits that blue hourglass is the radio for it. Green TK getting himself a little down low to bandage himself on the smoke here. But they're trying to put more pressure on central Narva. You can see there's no infantry right now in Narva. Russia was actually in the driver's seat. I don't know how they've gotten split. A huge push on the west here. They don't have any infantry on the point, but it might not matter. Slim Thady and Swiggy go down. BTR 82 might also go down, though. There's dropping some C4, wins, dropping C4 on it, and there it goes. Turret toss. BTR 82 actually dies at the repair station. Crew's got to be kicking themselves for that one. Swiggy and wins now pushing through the smoke, and that's going to be a huge momentum swap. The vehicles have been starting to get chipped away. Western PMC starting to win the infantry fights down here.
MSV coming up. We need people to spawn here on defense. Spawn on MSV.
You see spawn on defense. This is the MSV they're talking about. So the mobile spawn vehicle is actually going to be kind of dangerous. A lot of infantry around it. But now you have the T-90A has been spawned in. I'm trying to see. I think the tank is about to spawn in for... They got 80 seconds until the M60T spawns in.
MSV's up. Spawn on MSV. We need more defense here.
But infantry starting to make their way into Narva Central here for the Western PMCs. Good hab placement up in the market, and they are just winning the fights they need to win. As the rest of the Russians, you can see they're kind of working off rallies at the moment, and Squad 7 actually has lost their rally. And you know what? Central Narva, I think it was going to be a bit easier to capture for Western PMC before that rally squash, because now
40 tickets 20 minutes into the game.
all the Russians are spawning back of their hab, and so they're going to be on default on spawn.
Yeah, well, this one is a wash.
It's not a wash.
Not giving you content, huh?
It's
like the Elo crashing. This is enough content.
It's not a wash.
There's a BTR on the train track.
I wish I could talk on command chat, but they capture this point, and it's only a 20-ticket game. The infantry fights can do it. And Soggy T coming back in, trying to get a... that was a quick respawn. And hold on a second. BRDM gonna tear through it, and they just need to ground their helicopter. Soggy might do enough bobbing and weaving to survive it, and looks like he might just barely make it out. Helicopters are just being ticket pinatas right now for the Western PMCs. Shinohara pushes the spaceman, and the infantry fight has ground to a halt near Narva Central. And here comes the T-90. And the T-90 is going to have free reign against the infantry. I don't think I saw too many AT, and no, there's not a single AT down here. There's a couple mines, and then actually, oh, those are Western PMC mines. I believe Wins, the combat engineer, dropped those earlier. But you do have a couple AT spawning at the hab at the marketplace.
They saw the MSV. I got it.
And let's go take a look at the push here, because the hab for Western PMC are about to be struck by a Sioux strike. And this airstrike should knock out the spawn just enough to allow Squad 7 to set up a new rally in this apartment here. Waiting for that airstrike, and then Squad 7 for Russia is going to push on in, and knocking out the hab, they'll be able to push in. Oh, it wasn't the hab. They actually had gone in for an MSV strike. They used an airstrike on the MSV. I thought that was a hab, and Infi has actually just been sitting in this, I think, all game. Squad 4, he's just an MSV squad. That's actually pretty clever. Notice that the MSV was spotted and then just got it out of there. And being very, very smart with their assets. That is a 20-ticket vehicle, since it acts just like a hab. And now you have M60T as well rolling up. Sprite Lord, Solomon, Hound, and Skip pushing out with that M60T. Close air support still has 6 minutes. Must have been shot down off screen earlier. But those things are so lightly armed. And with all the IFVs with the BRDMs,
so fast, it's crazy.
Airspace is just kind of a little dangerous, a little hot. Let's take a look at the infantry fight up here. T-90 leading the charge, and I think they were tracked, and they were. Oh, this might be great for Western PMCs. Oh, Soggy T takes a shot of the T-90 as they hold that intersection. Even though they're tracked, there's just not enough of a threat from the Western PMCs. T-90 going to get their tracks up in just a second here. Be able to roll on back, but this might lay the trap for the mines that are just around the corner here. You can see tracks are up. And AT is going to dial it in, but is he able to? No! T-90 not able to knock out the infantry, or they're able to pull off a clutch tracking shot. And now they're confirming on comms that this is tracked. And another AT comes in the side. I want to look to see where that M60T, you can see on the bottom left of the map, that tank mark pushing out west. So not really in a position to ambush and take advantage of the track. T-90. But infantry trying to hit the deck. You can see this is a great position for the Western PMCs if they're able to get some AT in here. BTR knocked out by the M60, and this is where they might be able to get some tickets back. 85 tickets to 187. This is why you can't give up you're able to take a couple of these vehicles, pick them, and then the infantry just needs to keep working on Central Narva. They're getting all buttoned up. They're getting scared by this this T90A, and so this one tank is actually preventing all of the infantry from pushing out to Central Narva. And you're still having a good amount of pressure on Shanty Marina by Squad 7. They have not let up the pressure, working off those rallies. The infantry just pouring out of this hab and then just staying in the building. GTX 99 able to finally back that tank out. Sweet Cheeks running in. Not quite, is dropping some C4. I'm not sure if that's actually going to stick to the tank here. And no, that is the remote detonated C4, so he's trying to track him and actually just misses it. T90 going to be backing up to the repair station, but needs to be careful. There were mines set there earlier by the Western PMC combat engineers. He might back up right onto one, and they are actually right over a mine. You can see there's two right here. You can see the tops of that mine. There's also one right under the engine. But just because you're on top of the mine, it doesn't matter. You need your track to actually touch that mine. So oh, there it is. Wow, and they're able to get just enough from that repair station and then just go on out of here. Very nervy for the T90 crew, and they decide to back on out. And maybe they just thought it was a little too hot, but M60T is also spotted. Squad 10, they're trying to push on in as the AT once again just trying to pick off GTX and Little Mao. 63 tickets too for the Western PMCs. And T90 is going to get ambushed by the M60T. Good defensive smoke though to conceal their position, and AT just barely misses the track. M60T, can they send it through the smoke? That drive smoke might have saved that T90. They're in a perfect position down the road, and they're gonna make it out. That M60T. Oh my goodness, you can see him. Really should have been able to track or disable the engine, something with that T90, and unfortunately they missed all disabling shots, and that might cost them the game. 59 tickets to 175.
There's a lot of them on my observe, like near the medic.
And that damage is actually going to cause the T90 to go all the way back to main instead of worrying about the repair station. And once again, it might have even been there's just so much infantry next to the repair station that T90 didn't feel safe enough, so can't take advantage of the mines. 68 tickets, 169 for Russia. BRDM, big ounce, smoked by that M60T, and we're about to have a ball game here. Infantry, we got Sergeant Metal, Paul, Desi, Techie, Panther, Vladdy, all starting to run in. Soggy T's dead on the inside point as well, but seven men as well going down. But there's plenty of infantry pressure now right outside Central Narva, and Squad 7, for all the praise we've given them, they haven't been able to get themselves out of the apartment fights, just getting bogged down in some urban fights with just a handful of enemies around them. You can see, look at all the blue just on the outskirts of this point.
I might be. He was running back. I hit him once when he was running.
Paul just running in the middle of the road. No care in the world.
I'm trying.
I saw that loopy loop in the middle of the road, crazy man. Jeez.
We're beginning to cap.
Started capping.
Oh, they started capping, and it's not over. They, I don't think they realize they've got a whole building full of Russians right next to them, and the capture. Oh, there it goes. They now know enemies right next to them. The capture status has flipped towards blue, and oh no, M. Bison goes high and actually knocks out Paul. Desi takes a round as well. Desi now underhands a grenade, and then he takes a shot Oh, actually gets two. Oh no, one. Clyde
It's faded.
goes down, and now Bison.
Thank you. He's hit once, so probably hit back.
Oh, good, good clearing of the stairway by Cryer and Vladdy, and they're gonna flip the point. Fantastic infantry work by the Western PMCs, and it is definitely not over. This is why you gotta keep fighting, and you can't say GG. Even if you have a horrendous start, Western PMCs have grinded the infantry game, made the important vehicle picks, and they've even overrun the HAB for the Russians. And Russia right now, they don't have a team spawn. Oh no, they do. They do. Up north on Council Towers, pardon the quick camera movement, they just spawned in, and this is going to result into a double neutral clutch move by, I believe, Command. That's Tim.
MSV coming up again.
Tim might actually
We should dig down our northern pub now, I would say. They know
pull this out for Russia. There's only a handful. You've got Fritz and
Also it blocks.
Girthquake up on the roofs. Luftwaffe as well. I don't know if they'll be able to pause the capture status, but this is neutral. Central Narva is neutral, so even if Council Towers does start to go down from Russia, I don't think they'll be able to do it in time. There's no chance for a double neutral. Western PMCs, they've also dug down the radio, or no, they're getting onto it right now. Yoru trying to find it up in the building.
He's on fire.
48 tickets to 139.
He's dead.
And BTR 82 as well goes down. Good ambush by Tommy. Kill.
Do we really want tickets? We need to get ready for next point. Next point should be like train.
And now you start to see some, or hear some positivity in the command chat from the Western PMCs.
My guy has audio on T90.
Good infantry push, but now they need to fight off the defenders trying to fall back into the western side. You see Squad 7, they've been stuck in no man's land for a while, trying to flow back into central Narva, but that is going to be 85% captured. Council Towers is only 75% to neutral, so no double neutral worry for Western PMC, and they're going to be able to just leapfrog, go central Narva into Bridgeview Apartments. The capture point is right here. That is a fantastic cap location for Western PMCs, as this Russian transport nearly does a flip as it gets ambushed. AT smacks some universe, goes down. Mr. Jeffman trying to run around and get bandages on. Viddy goes down, and can he heal himself in time, prevent the bleed out?
You just need like Squad 6 to put down a fob like West.
Western PMCs are now in the driver's seat. 99 tickets to 121. Bobby Wardle, Sandamani the third goes down to Mr. Jeffman in the corner.
I don't know. I'm not gonna the train track.
Jackie doesn't even know where he is. Good shots, I think. Jackie actually smoked 7 men, and
See that beat arm at mines?
Anything else?
someone hit mines up above here.
Sorry, I'm building a tow.
But Bridgeview Apartments is now being secured. There you go. The domino 1-2 punch. Western PMCs. They're going to have 60 more tickets after this. 150 tickets to 117.
All right,
once it's all said and done, and they have a tank up and active. T90 and BTR 82 are still at main for Russia, and you've got the entire Russian team in no man's land. They're going to be trying to play catch up here, as Western PMCs, they have, I think, finally dug down this radio, and it is going to be on bleed. Minus 20 more tickets here, and Russia now, they are resetting. That's, oh, they have no, oh, they do have a Logi mat with one of the Logis here. They need to set up a new defensive position. Radio has bled out. 89 tickets to 93. What an impressive comeback from what was going to be an absolutely embarrassing start. It is not over yet, but 84 tickets to 92. And with this capture point at Bridgeview Apartments, Western PMCs, well, they've got to do something incredible to lose this game now. Russia is just starting to get chipped away as the vehicles that were so clutch early on. And hold on a second, speaking of clutch vehicles, M60T actually got hit by a tandem round. They cannot lose that M60T. Sprite Lord, Solomon, Hound, and Skip rolling through the point. I guess their previous point. They need to make sure they don't get ambushed any further. Was that an ATGM? Thought I saw it. Oh my goodness, it was! Did they knock out a hip? I don't even know how that crashed.
Helicopter resupply our fob and E5.
But M60T, Squad 10, being very smart, they've actually decided to not go down this road. There's so much infantry, they assume there are going to be mines or other things happening here, so they're taking the long way around to Maine to get that repair station back. Close air support.
Next point. It's not that far.
Nope, that is the Scout Loach coming in.
Yeah, run.
80 tickets to 69. Nice. Now, Bridgeview Apartments.
Yeah, we should not be winning this. I'm gonna move MSV down to Forbes or soon.
Am I seeing things? I'm seeing things. It's like an ATGM particle effect that's just floating. Like episode of X-Files right now. 140 tickets to 68, Russia. They've got to be kicking themselves. And now, this is why Western PMCs can be so deadly. They're just able to quickly move. You can see just up and move their MSV, get through the point. Infantry just coming after them too. And they're just pouring over the objectives here. Charge, you can see. You gotta love it. And I mean, this is so many. It's just too funny.
Is there a BTR on the south side of the map right now?
The momentum, the attitude is just completely different, and all it had to take was just playing squad. Imagine that. Radio is swarmed by the infantry, and Bridgeview Apartments, you see Russia's actually done in a creeping barrage, and it's going to completely barrage through nothing, and ironically it's going to prevent Russia from capturing the objective because they can't get into their own artillery. Creeping barrage going to do absolutely nothing to stop this, and with 53 tickets left, you know what's going to happen? They actually might win on tickets. So what's going to happen is you have 52 tickets left as some C4 gets a little bit of fratricide. You have 52 tickets left. They're going to lose 20 here, Russia. But I would be surprised if they lost much more after that. And because of this, they're going to have 20 or so tickets left when Western PMCs take Kirikou, and they're going to get on the Mercy bleed out timer. I cannot believe this team that was about to give up 5 minutes into, and oh my goodness, Scout helicopter Little Bird nearly getting blasted by their own mortar barrage. This team that was about to give up 5 minutes into the game is going to full cap. Another 5 tickets down as a Russian transport pops, and Infi just rolling with that MSV, and this is a fantastic use of this vehicle. He's a solo squad, so he has access to command chat, and he is sitting in this one. He's a pilot kit, so he has a crewman repair kit if needed. Mortar barrage is coming in to make sure Russians can't defend the objective. And Infi has just been fantastic, keeping that MSV alive, and that has survived all game. And now look at the massive wave, 16 tickets to 173. And despite all odds, I mean, this is a massive wave. Look at all these PMCs, 5 tickets left, and no, they're not going to get a chance to full cap. Russia is going to lose too many vehicles right at the end, especially with this BRDM coming in. But look at the Blue Wave Western PMCs. They finally stick together, and imagine that. Once they start playing together as a team, infantry and vehicles, they end up absolutely stopping the Russians. What a comeback for Western PMCs. You love to see it. There it goes. Major victory indeed. 173 tickets to 0. Let's take a look at the timeline here. And you can see down the entire game. Entire game. This is why you never give up. They captured the one objective, and then Russia just out of position, out of the vehicles. T90 had to go all the way back to main, able to get that second one. And there you go. GG's. Actually insane indeed. Total ticket value. I mean, you can see from the objectives, getting 180 tickets from objective captures in-game. They only got 60 from the start of the game. You see, although Russia had a fantastic initial start, capturing 4 of the first 7 objectives, they didn't capture a single other objective after that. Lost 138 tickets to infantry, 160 tickets with their vehicles, and then lost 2 FOB radios, compared to just 1 for the for the Western PMCs. Geez.